8th grade students. Today we are going to learn about relative clauses with who and which. Let's start. At the end of this learning situation, you are expected to identify relative clauses with who and which. You are also expected to use appropriate relative pronouns who or which to join two sentences. And finally, to write sentences using relative clauses who and which. Let's start first by identifying what is a relative pronoun. A relative pronoun is a word that introduces a dependent or relative clause and connects it to an independent clause. By combining sentences with a relative clause, your text becomes more fluent and you can avoid repeating certain words. So as you understand, the goal of using relative clauses is to avoid repetition, because repetition makes your writing weak. Let's study the following examples. This is Mary. She's taken over my job when I leave. Here we have two sentences. The first sentence is, this is Mary. The second sentence is also about Mary, and that is, she's taken over my job when I leave. Here we can join the two sentences and make them one sentence using the relative pronoun who. So the sentences become, this is Mary who's taken over my job when I leave. The second sentence relates to the first sentence and gives more information about Mary. The relative pronoun who joins the two sentences and makes them one sentence. The relative pronoun who is used because she refers to somebody, not something. She refers to Mary, and that's why we can use who, not which. Now let's look at another example. We are doing some projects. They will help the local community. Here, the second sentence has the pronoun they. The subject pronoun they refers to, to some projects, as you can see. Can we join the two sentences and make them one sentence? Yes, we can. What should we use? Should we use who or which? We should use which. Why? Because they refers to projects, and projects, a thing, not person. The subject pronoun they in the second sentence refers to the word projects in the first sentence. To join the two sentences together, we delete the pronoun they and use the relative pronoun which, because some projects refer to things. The relative clause is, we are doing some projects. They will help the local community. Again, you have to delete the subject pronoun they, and you should also remove the full stop because we are turning the two sentences into one sentence, and instead we should use which immediately after the noun it refers to. We are doing some projects which will help in the local community. In this way, we join the two sentences and change them into one sentence. Now let's look at a different example. I want you to try to notice the difference in this example. I read stories to children. I meet them every week. First of all, identify the pronoun in the second sentence that refers to the first sentence. It is the pronoun them. Now we should identify its reference. Them refers to children. But what is the difference with other sentences and other previous examples? The difference is the pronoun here is an object pronoun. It's them. It's not a subject pronoun. Does it make any difference in the relative clause? Yes. Let's see how. I read stories to children who I meet every week. The only thing that you have to pay attention is that you need to put the relative pronoun immediately after the noun it refers to. So remember to put the relative pronoun immediately after the noun it refers to. I read stories to children who I meet every week, and you can complete the sentence as it is. Very good. So the pronoun them in the second sentence refers to children in the first sentence. Them is an object pronoun. In joining the two sentences, the pronoun them in the second sentence should be deleted or removed, and who is used immediately after the noun it refers to. Very good, students. Now, let's make a quick revision and know how we join two sentences into a relative clause. We do the following. 1. We find the subject or the object pronoun in the second sentence that refers to a word in the first sentence. The second step is that you have to identify its reference. Example, they refers to projects. Them refers to, do you remember? To children. Excellent. The third step is that you have to delete or remove the subject or object pronoun and use an appropriate relative pronoun who or which immediately after the noun it refers to. And remember, if the pronoun in the second sentence refers to a thing, then we have to use which. If the pronoun in the second sentence refers to a person or people, we have to use the relative pronoun who. Now, I want you to circle the suitable pronoun who or which to complete the sentences. This is the boy who or which had an accident. Yes, who, because we have the boy. 2. Yesterday, I saw a car who or which was very old. A car which was very old. Layla is the girl who or which I met on Friday. Layla is the girl who I met on a Friday. The book who or which you gave me is great. The book which you gave me is great. And the last sentence, can I talk to the girl who or which is sitting on the bench? Can I talk to the girl who is sitting on the bench? Excellent. And here are the answers. We answered all the sentences correctly. Now, I want you to practice and to try to join these sentences together using the suitable relative pronoun who or which. Let's start. I have a friend. She speaks 5 languages. Let's do it together. First, we identify the pronoun in the second sentence that refers to the first sentence, and that is she. She here is a subject pronoun. The first thing that we do is that we delete she, and we also delete the full stop. Instead, we put the relative pronoun who. So the sentence becomes, I have a friend who speaks 5 languages. Very good. Let's look at the second example. Look at this watch. My mom bought it for me on my birthday. Where is the pronoun in the second sentence that refers to the first sentence? It is the pronoun it, and it's an object pronoun. So we say, look at this watch which my mom bought for me on my birthday. Never forget to delete the pronoun. 3. Nurses are very much needed. They truly care about their patients. They is the pronoun that refers to nurses. Very good. So we delete it and we join the sentences with who, because we are talking about nurses. Nurses who truly care about their parents are very much needed. Very good. Notice that here we should put the relative pronoun immediately after the noun it describes. And the last example is, the doctors took the patient to the room. It is for emergent cases. In the sentence, we have the pronoun it. It refers to the room. Because it's a room and a thing, we should use which. The doctors took the patient to the room, which is for emergent cases. Here are the answers. Dear students, now it's your turn to bring out your notebook and start exercising. Please write your own sentences using relative pronouns who and which. I hope that you have enjoyed this lesson and that you have learned a lot. Thank you for watching. أعزائي الطلبة، إن رغبتم في مشاهدة هذا الموقف التعليمي لعدة مرات، يمكنكم الدخول إليه من خلال الرابط أو الكود في أسفل هذه الشاشة. شكراً لكم.